Let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so the good news is I get to skip our normal warning about the parking because I doubt anyone can even get in here. Yeah. I was like, what fresh hell is this? So around the block, I bet you did too. So normally though, if you come again, make sure you don't park in this lot. We're always parked across the street. Today, I am at the firehouse 2 blocks away. So you do what you got to do. So extra bonus points for everybody who made it through the traffic and got in here anyway this morning. My name is Kate Heath. I am one of the organizers here at 1MC. My day job is with a defense tech startup here in town called Certus Core. I run marketing and communications for them, but I'm also on the coaching team at Embark Collective, which is Tampa's #1 startup hub, Florida's #1 startup hub, a couple blocks away over by the arena. I'm happy to answer questions about either afterwards if you like. Could I have our other organizers raise their hands really quickly just to give a shout out? All right, see these people with their hands up. These are the folks you can ask questions of at any time. We're happy to share more about the program, but thank you to all of you for volunteering and being here as usual. How many people are first timers? Yay, we love a first timer. Awesome. So first timers, can anybody tell us how you found out about 1MC? What brought you here?
Through Ron.
A friend, yes, a friend. We love a friend. Excellent, excellent. Yeah.
So I have a nonprofit and I was trying to find space for it and the county directed me to this facility.
Oh, fantastic.
And it was on the calendar and I'm like, wow, looks like something I should.
That looks like fun. Well, thank you. That's great. We love it. So and for those of you who don't know then, I think most everybody, if you're a repeat, you probably know the deal. 1MC, our 1 Million Cups, is a nationwide initiative. And it was started by the Kauffman Foundation. And every city, almost every city, every major city has a chapter. They meet regularly, usually on Wednesday mornings. And it's just this. It is entrepreneurs, innovators, community leaders coming together to support each other, share ideas, and give feedback. So it's a really, really cool organization. The way that you can participate beyond Tampa is obviously to go to other chapters. We have a St. Pete chapter, we have a Lakeland chapter. And then if you're ever traveling and you just, need a hit of innovation on a Wednesday morning, you happen to be away, you can check and see if that city has a chapter as well. But it's usually just like this. Although Tampa's tends to be the best, like I'm just saying, just throwing that out there that our stats are really high. We just got an award for having the most, the most presenters in the last 6 months? Yeah, in the Southeast. So props. Okay. The other thing we would love for your help on is social media. So we have accounts on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The handles are some variation of 1 Million Cups or 1MC Tampa. So while you're here today, if you would help us spread the word so we can continue to build our community, we would love for you to take pictures, post things, write captions, grab video, any and all of the above. That would really help us out. The other little housekeeping thing, you'll see 2 QR codes on your tables. One is laying flat on a piece of paper. The other one is on a tent. The flat one is for your RSVP for today. Just says, I was here. If you scan that, lets people know like how our chapter is doing on attendance, logs you in, and it also gets you a code for swag. So if you don't get a code, you can still go see David because he has a lot of good gifts that he just got into stock. So if you happen to be jealous of me and my coffee mug or the notebooks up here, please come see David and he can probably hook you up with something really good. The standing QR code will put you on the email list so that you get the recurring notes from 1MC, from the ECC about what's going on here in the community. So that's the difference between the two. So if you're not already on the newsletter, I highly suggest you go ahead and knock that out this morning too. So oddly enough, today we only have one presenting team. So if you were here last week, you know what that means. That means they get all the extra love and attention. So we're gonna have a little bit more time for Q&A with them today, which is great. We have 3 gentlemen here with us from Aedon Rose.Ai. I said that right? And they are gonna be presenting their idea to us. They get 6 minutes? 6 minutes, and then we will have our Q&A as a group. So let's go ahead and welcome them up to the stage, and then we'll do our Q&A.
Awesome. Good morning, guys. My name is Matthew.
I'm Jack.
Hi, I'm Carter. The three of us started a tech company down here locally in Tampa. We actually specialize in building custom software solutions for businesses of any industry and any size. However, the three of us worked in the hospitality space, and we saw a problem that needed immediate fixing, and that's why we created Aedon Rose.
Quick question for anyone before we get started. Anyone been around the hospitality industry or work in the hospitality industry? Perfect. That's amazing. This presentation is really for you guys. And we're really excited to introduce Aedon Rose because it's exactly how we put your money back in your wallet and your time back in your business.
So the reason we started this, as Jack alluded to, is we all worked in the hospitality industry. We knew the difficulties of putting out fires, being in the weeds, and dealing with multiple systems. It's strenuous, it's chaotic, and hospitality workers deserve better. So we really analyzed all the different problems that hospitality workers face and united it into one tool on one dashboard for one low-cost price. So that way everything is transparent, clear, and extremely usable.
So what exactly is Aedon Rose? It's your all-in-one restaurant operating system. It handles guest questions, reservations, online orders, team management, and analytics. Yes, all in one platform. Aedon herself sits directly on your website as an interactive feature. We all know what it's like being a business owner, seeing that viewers are going to your website but not walking through the door. Aedon immediately fixes that problem and makes viewers into actual paying customers.
So Matthew said it perfectly. Like, we explained Aedon Rose wonderfully. She's your 24/7 employee and package. Think of it this way. While the rest of your team is resting, she's not. She's living on your website or your mobile app, upselling orders, handling reservations, smart mapping them to all of your tables, and updating your staff all across 24/7 so that everyone's up to date on the next workday.
So that sounds great, Jack, but how does this actually work? So it's all on one dashboard that's accessible on the internet. So you can go on your phone or on your laptop and access your dashboard. There you can see all of your live orders in real time, your reservations, all of the chat history live in real time. You can also see your entire staff schedule, immediately send emails out to your entire staff, as well as see many over 60 plus key performance indicators to track your revenue, your cost projections, and get insights onto where you're going, where you're headed, and accelerators to grow your restaurant, all in one system.
Now I know what you guys are thinking. Brand new software system, it's replacing 5 to 8 of my tools. It has to be expensive. It's actually the opposite. We're offering Aedon Rose completely for free to go on your website and start converting people today. When you compare it to your typical restaurant stack for software, we're going to be saving restaurants between $500 and $1,000 a month alone by eliminating 8 subscriptions and making it just one.
So I know if we heard Matthew right, 5 to 8 different softwares, this has got to be so complex to set up. How can my restaurant handle it? Well, it's not. It's actually way easier than you think. The simple copy and paste, Aedon is live on your website or mobile app, and a simple drag and drop of a PDF file, and Aedon knows everything about your restaurant. And if that's not simple enough, our team is so confident in Aedon that we'll come and set it up completely for free in less than a day.
So that sounds great, Jack, but what does this really do for my restaurant and how does it help me and what are the benefits? So when you have a system that sits on your website, answering any and all questions, is trained on your restaurant culture and values, your menu, and can accept reservations and online orders where you're receiving 100% of that revenue directly to your restaurant and sent directly to your kitchen, that's going to streamline your operations and be very felt. It's also going to allow your host to make sure you're curating the right restaurant experience. So that way they're not busy on the phone, they're accepting the people that are walking in, they're accepting the walk-ins and making sure everyone is having a great experience at your restaurant. That system's also working 24/7. So right now people can go on your website, immediately book a table, immediately order, or ask any and all questions they have about your restaurant, culture, and values.
So these are basic price plans. As we mentioned earlier, we are offering Aedon completely for free for any restaurant to get on their website today. However, as we move up in pricing, it really depends on the size of the restaurant and every feature that you need to run your operations. We're finding that most restaurants are going to be using the $79 plan, the professional plan. However, any restaurant can use the free plan right now. We want to make a huge announcements for $1 million cups. For the next 3 months, we're actually going to be offering every single plan completely for free. You can go on Rose.Ai and use the discount code $1 million cups, and you can have Aedon for the next 3 months completely for free running your operations. Now, I know what most restaurant business owners are thinking. Is it taking out of my revenue? The answer, no. We're taking a 3% service fee every time somebody makes an order through Aedon, but it comes directly out of the client's pocket. That way, the restaurant's constantly retaining 100% of their revenue, and we're able to maintain Aedon for them.
So where we're at today is we have the full web platform. So you can go on the website on your phone or your computer and access everything directly. We're also 75% of the way through our mobile application development. So that way you can download on the iOS store, with Apple Store, or with Google Android Store as well. So we'll have cross-platform there. And we're also heavily developing for multi-location and for franchises. So that way we can benefit larger restaurants and really help make this system felt in the hospitality industry as a whole.
Honestly, the announcement for Aedon Rose is amazing for us and a huge milestone because three best friends moving down to Tampa, the hospitality industry gave us that flexibility and that time to follow our dream. So the best thing that we could do is find those problems that we saw firsthand and burn those bridges immediately. And thank you so much to 1 Million Cups for letting us be here today and take care of everything. So on today, go on Rose.ai and you can use 1 Million Cups discount code for 3 months completely free on anything.
Thank you very much, and we're excited to transform the hospitality industry.
Great job, guys. Okay, so as all the regulars know, the first question is, what can the community do for you?
Absolutely. With preparation, we knew it was coming. So the best thing you can do is spread the word. We're using the systems completely for free to start. For 3 entire months, the restaurant can use one tool or all of tools. We're really just trying to get and lower that barrier to entry as much as possible. So if you really enjoy a restaurant, you know any ownership, you're in hospitality, we'd love just to hear your feedback. We'd love just to hear your ideas. Spread the word, get people on the website. Really, we're trying to just really grow this in Tampa and make it be felt and hear feedback from the owners themselves, because that's why we created the tool, is to really help those that are using it, not only the employees of the restaurant, but the management and the owners as well.
Okay. All right, so we'll open up the Q&A for a little bit here. Just remember to please raise your hand and the gentleman will call on you in order.
Okay, I've got a few questions. I'm not in the restaurant industry anymore, but I used to be. Daughter and I owned a wine truck in Nashville. So does it combine with the POS system?
Not yet.
Okay. Does it work with Open Table or platforms like that?
So actually, Aedon entirely has its own open table system where it has all of your tables and 50 free tables given to you, as well as with Open Table, you're giving a percentage of every table and reservation that you have. We don't take any of that reservation from you, and you get it all displayed the same way.
Okay, so the patron pays, so they paying on the app, or how's the customer paying for
How-
this restaurant?
No, absolutely. This is something we're really proud of, and me and my engineers are super proud of. We are one of 7 companies in the entire world right now that can generate unique AI payment links directly through. So right in the widget, your customer can pay and get confirmation through the widget themselves. Go right to your bank account.
My suggestion is you guys go to some chambers. There's so many restaurant owners in chambers that you can go for a couple times for free and then join, but that would be instrumental for y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Grant, I mean, I think we all know how hectic a restaurant, whether it's front of house or back of house, can be. Who is your ideal restaurant? And I think I see that you have demos on your website. Will that, if I'm going to a restaurant owner after this, if I show them that, will that get them excited?
Absolutely.
Okay. So who is your ideal restaurant? What would that look like?
Absolutely. So as we alluded to earlier, right now we're only able to handle one restaurant, and so not multi-location. So right now our ideal restaurant is one location. However, we can do, if you have multiple restaurants, just target in one location, test it out, see how it is. The great part of this system is you can really use as many of the tools as you want. So if you just want the system to sit on your website and accept online orders or answer questions, that can do it. If you want to turn on reservations, it can do that as well. So you can kind of start and get your head in the door with what you really need and utilize, and then can build on that functionality. But we're really targeting specifically single proprietary businesses that are smaller and have one restaurant.
One last point too, just to tack on the, as far as Open Table goes, there are a lot of users of Open Table that use it as a search feature. So rather than just telling your restaurant still keep an Open Table account open, maybe find a way to integrate it or to allow someone to find that restaurant still that way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Great presentation, guys. Obviously, you've been in the industry, you've seen all sides of it. My advice is simply on this. I'm in the banking and fraud, and so I will never click on a QR code. So if you're gonna have a QR code, also put the website that it's gonna take you to or and other contact information, so you aren't negating half or a third of your audience. Make it easy for them. I think that you have it sounds like a great product. Do you have testimonials? Have you got active users? Did I miss that?
So yeah, we launched the beta. So we just started this project at the beginning of the year. So we just launched. We're active in 2 restaurants right now. We're just starting the marketing for it as well. We also run a custom software company, as Matthew alluded to. So we're very busy, but we know this tool is amazing. So it's mostly just getting that initial
Get some
traction.
quotes.
Yes,
Get
and
some
testing.
data,
Yeah.
because that's what people want to hear. They want to hear the data, they want to hear the quotes of active users. It's just an extra icing on the cake that's gonna get people to give you a shot. Similarly, I a restaurant client, they have 1 location, but they started a new business. So they would actually have opportunity for 2, because it's not second location, it's a separate restaurant business. So hopefully I can get them to give you a shot.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Good luck.
So, good presentation. You guys are tackling a lot of different platforms. So I'd like to understand what customer discovery you've done going out and talking to some of these restaurants, and what's the one thing they want to replace right now, because it's either too expensive or a pain in the ass, or it doesn't really deliver for them. So instead of trying to do this broad brush approach of all these different things, find one thing and really drill down on that and use that as your entry into those restaurants to get a foothold before you try to replace all of their different things. It's great that you're looking at the entire tech stack. Do one thing.
Yeah, most definitely. It's really, so with the free version of Aedon, it's an interactive feature live on your homepage. So as we mentioned earlier, when your host is off the clock, when your restaurant's closed, people are still viewing your website, and Aedon's going to be a sales rep for your business. It's going to automatically be converting those viewers into actual paying customers. We know a lot of restaurants are lacking that. But the main purpose of Aedon is to be that umbrella. It is to be replacing those multiple software tools so that people are saving money with their subscription plans. But yeah, that would be the one thing that we use is Aedon, the interactive feature.
Go confirm that with the restaurant owners.
Yeah, just
That's what they care about.
yeah, doubling down on that too to answer your question more. It's online orders is huge, especially percentage of fees that are taken out through online ordering systems. And that's a great way that Matthew was alluding to get in the door. Because that system is immediately free to set up within 10 minutes, and it can automatically accept payment, is trained on your menu, and can accept online orders going straight to your kitchen. So that way you're immediately eliminating all of the third-party fees, discovery, apps that you have to deal with and manage. So I hear you too, that that's a great way to start and figure out, okay, we need niche down to one tool to then show them the rest.
Yes, ma'am.
So I was interested, it's a great presentation, very interesting. I was interested in the part about the idea that the customer is going to pay to make the reservation. I can see why that's advantageous on the one hand from the restaurant point of view. But I wonder if that could be a bulk point, that if people would say, well, you know, this restaurant is charging me to make a reservation, well, I can get eat Thai food somewhere else, make a reservation for your open table. How do you deal with that friction between not having to pay a service fee to open table or something like that, but also not having the customer default to say I've got to make a reservation?
Absolutely. I think a great way to look at that is the same way as I'm sure all of us have used DoorDash or Uber Eats before, right? And they have that tax, right? That Uber Eats takes out, that upcharging, those extra prices that we kind of just pay because it's convenient and it's there. So Aedon does that similar thing with their orders and then the VIP section. So your reservations, your customers are getting for free. We do have that VIP section if you're more of like a club or have those private sections where you can charge for those and the hourly. But it's the 3% fee on top of it. So you're looking at a customer paying potentially 30 cents to 58 cents an order. To them, that's nothing because you're getting your order, everything, your restaurant getting 100% fee. No one's really looking at it. So you're not really taking like $10 to $15. You're more taking those cents.
And
Yeah, reservations are 100% free. It's
Yeah.
only on orders.
I just wanted to go over, I heard it twice here about the savings of subscription fees by condensing it into one. I think the users, the true emotional benefit will be simplicity. And it kind of sounds like that's what Aedon is trying to do, is make things simple. I would perhaps present it to them as a simplification, but it'll also save you subscription fees, right? Don't lead with subscription fees because they will object to that real quickly. So that's not a status quo. We're good where we are, right? But if you say, oh, life will be easier, cleaner, more simple, and you save me money, that's more difficult for me to object against.
Yeah, most definitely.
Can you guys create the app like it's completely yours, or do you have other partners? You
Built it
guys
all
are
in-house.
engineers, or what do you guys do?
Yes, ma'am. I built the whole thing from scratch. 20.4 million lines of code. 5 sub agents. Yes, ma'am.
What's more coffee?
I didn't sleep much.
What are your, I know you guys are already a management team, and kind of what are your individual roles within this team?
So I'm the chief marketing officer. I handle all of our outreach, outbound to different companies, really just marketing for the company as a whole.
And then Jack actually is so good at coding, he taught me how to code. So I help him on the engineering front as well as with my financial background, investment banking. I handle financials and operations.
Lucky guy to be the face of things. My friend put me in front of stuff, but I get to say that I'm the CEO of the companies, lead some engineering teams, and then get told how to not spend money by these teams.
Well, I love that. I love that you guys have found something as friends, and I just encourage you guys to keep going, take that advice that you received here. You guys are on the right track. Just keep moving forward like I know you will. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Is it?
And I was gonna say, go with the pain points. I can remember during Christmas, I wanted like some specialty drink. And I'm calling around and it was very frustrating. And then I finally got like a local bar and it's like, they want to hurry up and get you off the phone because a lot of times they don't have to put that menu in there. So the one thing I would say about the POS system, if they don't have time to do a PDF of it, like how can they put that information in there and maybe somehow just say, come up with some type of solution that if you want to do something special for this particular time to celebrate the holidays, to save your hostess or the bartender bar back from having to interact with the customer, this thing will eliminate this right here. And then the customer will go and be like, I'd rather go there. That sounds cool. So just my suggestion.
Absolutely. And that was something that, they both told me about too, is when building this thing, we made it so you can turn on or turn off whatever features you're really needing. So like a huge point that we actually had off one of the first restaurants that we got was what happens if we close, but we're still serving drinks, but our kitchen's closed, right? Like that kind of thing. Like, are we able to tell it to stop taking orders, but still reservations, those kind of things. So actually set it up so you can completely customize your AI to fit exactly how your restaurant or your team needs to work.
Just wanted to highlight the woman that said chambers of commerce. I can wholeheartedly agree with that. I was a president of the Ruskin Chamber for multiple years, and these smaller restaurants, they thrive on service. That's what keeps people coming back. And so if you're able to leverage the AI to give them more time to keep that service level and make their lives easier and show them how to implement AI, which they may think that they can't. There's a true value there. And once you get in with a Chamber of Commerce, it's not about just being a member. You actually have to put in the time. So become an ambassador, go to different events. It's time consuming and you need to put that time in. They need to know you're a giver, not a taker. And that will come back tenfold.
Thank you.
To jump on that, that's the advantage of it not just being one person. You guys are a team, so you can make that happen.
Absolutely, most definitely.
I mentioned to you a little bit about my business we talked earlier. Which one of you would I actually sit down with and how soon can we get together?
We'll sit down, look at schedules. Normally Jack and I take on meetings too, so you'd have Jack and I both to help brainstorm exactly how we can help you.
Okay, how soon can we do that?
Let's see, Wednesday today, we could do it this week.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Great presentation, guys. So you said you started this year and have 2 restaurants under your belt?
Yes, sir.
Has anything come up on there that's like been a barrier, that's like a bug that's come up that you've had to fix?
Luckily not. That's actually one of the things that I was expecting. Usually just launching a new product, especially in the industry that we are in today. I was expecting to get like a lot more things to break. Honestly, nothing really fell through. We had everything function completely. So pretty proud of that so far, yeah.
Do you mind giving out the restaurants' names or something kind of?
Yeah, so we're sitting in Sinbad Smoothies and then we're also in one in California.
Okay.
So
Could you say those again? I couldn't.
Sinbad Smoothies and then the
Where is
garden.
Sinbad's? Is Sinbad's local?
Yes.
Yes.
Where is that?
It's up on Seventh Terrace.
Okay.
So yeah, that is also the great thing is like it's also for bistros, cafes, coffee shops. And then also, as Jack alluded to, we do VIP sections as well. So if you're hosting where you're renting off sections, you're doing tables, bottle service, that's also a huge part that we're trying to get into. And that's huge. So just directly order on your phone. So that way you don't have to really worry about that. You can get direct service there as well.
How about food trucks? Would they be able to put an event calendar?
Absolutely.
Okay, in Brandon, on the corner of
Leafy approach.
Providence and Fishhawk, is it? No.
Leafy.
What?
Leafy.
Lydia, and there's an actual food truck, like, parking lot where there's a bunch of trucks, so you could just go pick them up.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a
that's
feeling that
awesome.
you guys are gonna need to start working out though, because I had a boss one time, he's like, he told me to go to a business where you have something in common with, which eating is something we all enjoy. I was not allowed to go to antique dealers after that, because I went in and bought 2 pieces of antiques and then they never did any banking with me, so. Eat small bites.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was looking at your website and I was curious, so the AI conversations, which you have like top of the line for restaurants, what exactly are they using them for?
Absolutely. So when you have the system on, it'll sit on the bottom right-hand corner as a chat feature. So you'll be able to ask any and all questions about the restaurant that you have. And then in a single drag and drop, which we can set up for you, or you can set up, you just slide a PDF in on your entire company's history and your entire menu. And it automatically is trained on everything it needs to know.
So if one customer goes on your website and asks like 10 questions, because they're just a talker, are they just gonna lose all of those conversations after a few customers, or?
Absolutely, but it's always going to direct it back to try to get them to reserve or to try and get them to order to really see their purpose. It's also confined too, so if you're going to try and ask it a math question or give you to write an essay, it's going to say, sorry, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to direct you about the restaurant.
So is there a way to up that? Because you could probably run out really quickly to get like 2 or 3 customers that are like, I'm hosting a birthday party. Do you know this? Do you that? Do you this? Do you that? Oh, what about people with allergies? Or what about, if you let somebody run wild with AI, talk. So is there a way to like just keep increasing conversation? Or?
Absolutely. That's what we kind of made Aedon for as the plans get bigger is how many people are probably gonna be talking to her. You get more conversations. So you're starting with about 25-ish conversations, which gets you anywhere between 5 to 10 reservations or orders, depending on how they're using it. You get all the way up to our enterprise plan, you're getting 20,000+ conversations with the ability to upgrade at any time for just the conversations. So you can do like an extra 100 conversations here, or maybe I want an extra 10,000. You can go through and upgrade them to fit your restaurant's need and not run out.
Yeah, next.
How you doing?
Back to your slide when you had the percentages of it, of the results. Where are those numbers coming from?
Those are projected outcomes based on industry benchmarks and early operational data based off of our clients that we've been able to help thus far, and the ability that we project in the future on streamlining 8 different tools into one system.
Out of curiosity, did you build a custom model or tune an existing model?
Awesome. So that's actually a really cool point. So we're not going to rebuild the wheel, but we do have to rebuild how the wheel works, right? To make it work in our industry. So what Google did is they created this thing called Vertex. Vertex gives us the ability to basically call a single line of code and build it into your own agentic system with its own neural mesh. Think of a neural mesh as your brain, right? So it has a bunch of different points, a bunch of different parts. What we basically did is we took that Vertex single line, put about 20 million lines in there with its own brain agentic abilities, toolkit, so it could actually go and perform these actions for you and work with your dashboard all in one. So you have Gemini with an Aedon brain built in.
Very cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Are you familiar with the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association?
No, not there.
Okay, so I would recommend that you look them up. There's a Hillsborough chapter. You could become a member of that and then have access to those networks.
That was Florida Lodging and,
Yeah, Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association.
okay,
Absolutely.
awesome, thank you.
Are you guys familiar with Slice, the application called Slice? So Slice is an application that helps specifically pizza restaurants. And so they do all the marketing and the ordering. And they said, hey, all pizza restaurants all suffer the same problem. And so we're going to develop an application for all about online ordering just specific to pizzerias. So I was wondering if that was going to be kind of part of your business model where you say, hey, like we're not going to just embed this in your website. We're going to eventually, right, kind of take on some of the marketing. We'll build out your website. You know, we'll take care of the marketing, you know, do your Google business profile, just stuff like that to help some of these restaurants.
Yeah, most definitely. With our first company that we specialize in custom software solutions. So that's really what we would be looking for. Say a company is interested in Aedon Rose, but we feel like we can optimize their website, make it a whole lot better and have more conversions. We're going to do that for them. We also offer SEO packages, Google Analytics, Google advertising, really anything they would need for their software to be promoted. That's what we can handle on the other side of things. So,
Just piggybacking off of Marantz about food trucks, the Tampa Bay Food Truck Rally happens once a month in downtown. Michael Blasco is the CEO. I can give you his contact information. Reach out to him because in order to get the food trucks to get in there, they have to go through him. So he has all those connects just waiting for you. So
that would be amazing.
I'll talk to you afterwards and give you some information.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And if you go the chamber route, I can give you insight on different ones that might be a better fit. And while a little bit further away, you'll get more bang for your buck as far as restaurants to members over at Tampa Bay Beach's chamber, because obviously, you know, every square mile is full of about 30 of them. So
Any other questions?
Yeah.
All right, you survived. And will you guys be sticking around for a few minutes afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, so if people want to bring up something to them privately, or you've got another suggestion, feel free to catch the guys afterwards after we finish up. I've got a couple more thank yous. One,
you can come back.
yeah, you guys, you're free. You're free.
Just really quickly, I'm going to be leaving just a small stack of our business cards up here. Like we said, we really are depending on you guys to help us out, talk to the restaurant owner. So feel free to grab a stack.
Awesome. Thanks. Good job. All right, so a couple of thank yous. One to this amazing ECC that we sit in every week, and Hillsborough County for supporting us. They don't have to, and they make this place available to us every week, and it's obviously a beautiful, safe space. We love it. So thank you to the county. Also, 1 million cups of what? Coffee. So we have Blind Tiger as our fantastic coffee sponsor. And Julia, where's Julia? Oh, she had to leave. Okay. So Julia, who's also one of our organizers, is kind enough to bring us Blind Tiger coffee every week. So thanks big time to Blind Tiger for keeping us caffeinated. One other thing, we do have some staff who are not here today that we just want to thank. Our social media manager, Tori Torres, Lynn and Cassidy are not here. Where's the, oh, she's in there. She's in there. Thank you, Cassidy. And Lynn, who are organizers who actually work with the center. And just, you know, big thanks to them and to everybody who makes this place work. Like I said, we have several of the organizers in the room. Before we break, can I have you raise your hand one more time? So Pam, Miranda, Walter, Shane, David. These are the folks you can come up to afterwards, ask questions of us, tell us what you're working on. If you're thinking about presenting coming up, we can help you. We can do dry runs with you. You don't have to just come up and do it cold. There's lots of ways that you can get involved and get help. So make sure you touch base with one of us before you leave. Any other questions for me before I turn it over to David? Okay.
Thank you, Kate. All right, gonna do some announcements real quick for we got coming up in the center. So today, directly after this, we have two things going on. We have getting started with social media for entrepreneurs. That is at 10:30 in the front training room when you walk into the building. Also at 10:30 in here, we have Extra Jolt, the blueprint for presenting your brand with Robin. Robin, if you want to talk about what that is real quick.
No.
Okay.
All set. So our third in the series of blueprints. This is how you present and communicate your brand, verbal, vocal, and visual. Very simple. Sometimes we have great products, great services, and we don't know how to tell people what they're. So in an hour, you will be experts.
Thank you, Robin.
Right here in this one, 10:30.
I believe it in this room as well, 12:30 p.m. We have gain more exposure through podcasting. I think that is through Action Zone.
Yes.
Okay. Got a bunch of other stuff on there. I'm not going to read it. It's on the board. You guys know how to read. I just want to also give Kate an opportunity to talk about what's going on with Embark. I'll bring this back up here in a second, but I'll let Kate.
Yes, thank you. Shamelessly promoting one of our Embark programs. So I mentioned this last week, but I didn't give you a lot of data, and I certainly didn't give you a website. So I'm breaking Miranda's rule, and I gave you a QR code. So I'll give her the website separately. But we are, as I mentioned last week, we are bringing our foundation series to the public. Normally, these kinds of coaching sessions are only for our members, but we are making it available to non-members this spring. It's a 12-week hybrid style workshop for early stage founders. So most of the training will be online. You'll do it sort of self-paced, and then there'll be a component where you come in and work with the rest of the cohort or classmates with the coach who taught the module in the Embark facility, which, as I mentioned, is about 10 minutes that way. I am one of the coaches who will be teaching. I will be teaching 2 of the 12. I will be teaching an intro to customer discovery course, and I will be teaching a session on vision, mission, and values and how those impact the rest of your strategy going forward. But there'll also be sessions on how to raise capital, how to think about cash flow, how to think about who's on your team, how to think about how your customer discovery impacts how you design and develop your product. So it's really a very thorough course, and it's a great opportunity for anybody who's thought about becoming an Embark member and wants to do a little bit more prep work before they apply, or maybe you applied and it didn't work out and you want to go back around and try this again. It's going to be a really great session. We're super excited to be bringing it outside. It is application only, so you do have to apply. And if you get in, there is a fee. I believe it's about $300, but that covers your whole 12 weeks, including your time with the coaches on the staff. So it's just a great opportunity to get a taste of Embark and what we offer. And for us, it's a great way to bring in more founders who we might not typically get access and visibility with. Any questions for me? Yes, sir.
I was actually looking at that yesterday. Is it primarily for tech-related industries only?
You just have to be tech-enabled in some way. So, for example, if you were opening a bakery, is probably not a great fit. But if you have anything that's tech-enabled, which is 90% of everything else, right? You've got an app, you've got an AI component, whatever that is, it's some kind of software platform. But it can be B2B, it can be B2C. That's irrelevant. B2G doesn't matter. But yeah, so just some tech component.
And what if you are not yet tech but want to be?
That's okay. You can apply at the idea stage. I think they will probably be looking for some level of like MVP status, that you have some kind of concept going and that you started your customer discovery and you're starting to really think about what it looks like. But it's okay to be early stage. Awesome. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. I think that's all. I don't think I've missed anything, but I guess we can get to networking, talk to the guys over here. And again, thank you for coffee and thank you for coming in.